Have you ever heard the term loser magnet? Believe me, there was a time in my life when I really thought I was one. How is it that the men I attracted all seem to be the most inconsiderate, uncommitted, unsuccessful people on the planet? I have fixed that problem, and the solution came from the most unlikely place: my attitude, my very own thoughts, language, and yes, my boundaries. Welcome to Riding the Wave of Good Fortune. I am Paula Schwartz. Today's topic is blame and shame in relationships. Let me say right here, this is a profound lesson. Brene Brown, of course, has brought shame into the public conversation. There are lots of speakers and authors who can shed some light on this. But if you'll hit the subscribe button, hit subscribe to join our tribe. We have tons of other videos on relationships and personal power. But let's get to this topic. Here's an example I'd like to start with. So I was in this group for the new year, all setting our new goals. And we had a participant there who said her goal was to create her forever relationship. She wanted to find the one. So within a few days, there he was. She found him. She had met someone. He seemed perfect in every way. They were getting pretty serious pretty quickly. And then she shared something very personal with him. And his response was that he wanted to take some time just to be sure that he was ready to be in a relationship with someone with that kind of a secret. I'm not going to tell you what the secret was. It could have been anything. Maybe she had cheated on her last relationship, or she had been molested, or had an illness. Whatever it was, it caused him to hit the pause button on their relationship. So guess what her first response was? Yes, the first thing she wondered was, what is wrong with this guy? If he really cared about me, why wouldn't he be willing to work this out? Who does this? What kind of person? Maybe he's not as great as I thought. Now, this is very comfortable territory for me. I can express this all day long because I like to blame someone. It helps me believe that maybe I can keep this from happening again. But guess what? That doesn't work. I just keep blaming different people for the same thing. So listen, it's quite possible that he just wasn't the right guy for her. I know that. Totally possible. But that doesn't mean he was a loser. It doesn't mean that he didn't care. It doesn't mean that all the things that she saw in him were not true. So then once she got over the blame and started to, say, yeah, maybe he really is an okay guy, the next most natural thing for her to think, yeah, you know what it is. Well, if he's such a good guy, well, then what's so wrong with me? Right? Is anybody ever going to love me? Is anybody ever going to want to be with someone like me? Make no mistake about it. That feeling, when we turn it back on ourselves and we shrink, we feel foolish. We wonder if or why anyone would ever be capable of accepting, much less loving us, just as we are. That feeling, that's called shame. And shame is toxic. It is a toxic response, and it will take you down. So, here's how to get out of the blame and shame spiral in your relationships. First of all, just being aware makes a big difference. So listen for these phrases. These phrases are signs that you are either blaming or shaming. They might happen in your head or in your conversations. Here's the first one. How could I have? This is when you start replaying the past over and over and over in your head, cringing with every trusting and brave thing you ever said or did. Cut that out. Stay in the moment. I know you don't want to stay in the moment because the present moment is painful. It might be uncomfortable or sad. And these toxic responses are our automatic way to go to the past and use blame and shame to ignore or suppress our real emotions in the present moment. So if you hear yourself reliving the past, analyzing your every move or his, snap out of it. Get into the present. Breathe. Exhale. Let yourself work through these thoughts and emotions right here, right now. Another phrase to listen for is this one. I knew better. I knew better. This is when you start questioning your intuition and your good judgment. And I'm not saying there aren't times that we can look back and see where we could have made better choices. And maybe we did ignore our intuition here and there. But when you start to say, I knew better about being brave and vulnerable, you are in the blame and shame game. And it's toxic. It's a toxic response to something that's happened in your relationship. So once you're aware of the shame and the blame you might be putting upon yourself, like I said, shut it down. How do you do that? You stay in the present moment and the present emotions. Feel what there is to feel. Just get it. Say, I'm sad. I'm sad. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel hurt. It's okay to be disappointed. Right here, right now. The second thing you want to do is get grateful. And I know what you're going to ask. How can I be grateful? The guy that I thought was the one just left me. What do I have to be grateful for? That's the trick. Look for the lesson. There's a lesson there, I promise. And it's all about growth. We're here to learn. We're here to grow. Look for the lesson and be grateful for that lesson. The universe has a way of giving us our lessons. The first or second time they give us the same lesson, if we don't learn them, they give it a little harder. The first or second time doesn't cost so much. Maybe the only damage that was done is what we did to ourselves. Be grateful for that. Be grateful for the lesson. Get the lesson. And move on. Enjoy the present moment. We're here to learn. We're here to grow. We're here to love. Love yourself. Be brave. Be in the present moment and enjoy riding the wave of good fortune. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's valuable for you. Hit the like button and be sure to subscribe to join our tribe.